Cities are really at the heart of the economic power of nations. Throughout the history, since the first time of industrial revolutions that started in the late 18th and then through the 19th century, it has been the movement of people from rural agriculture, where their productivity was relatively low, to cities, where they get more productive jobs in factories and in service sectors, that has fueled economic growth of the developed economies first through the last 200 years, and now in the emerging world. And where does this economic power of cities come from? We think that there are three core reasons. First, there is the fact that in cities you can build bigger factories, bigger service operations that allow you to bring in more machinery, automate more, do more productive production methods that allow each worker to produce more output that they would in a small-scale rural operation. So it's the economies of scale that cities allow that are one source for the power of cities. The second one is that it is actually also much cheaper to provide many of the basic services. Take water, for example. If you are building pipes into a densely populated urban area where you have block of flats, where you have dozens of people in the same building, you need much less effort than you would in a rural area where people are spread around, oftentimes miles apart from one another. So that reduces the cost of providing the many of the services that we all want to see. And last, cities really are common spaces where you bring in very different kinds of people with different kinds of skills that in their interactions lead into innovations, new ideas, and diversity that really is not available in many of the smaller communities. So take, for example, cultural events. In large cities such as London, Paris, New York, Shanghai, you tend to find a much more diverse offering of cultural events or restaurants with specific ethnic specialties, for example. And this is possible in a big city because there's enough people to fill in many theaters and many restaurants every evening, something that's not available in a smaller town. So for all of these reasons, cities really are the engines of economic growth globally. And this is one of the reasons why we at the McKinsey Global Institute have spent the last 5 years understanding this phenomenon. It really is the continuing urbanization of emerging market cities that makes us optimistic. This is the bright light in the economic prospects going forward.